Hello friends, today I will be highlighting the element 5G, or as they call it, fifth generation warfare in today's modern warfare, and how this warfare has been under use of Indians since more than 10 years. Now you all might remember the speech made by Ajit Doval, who happens to be National Security Advisor of India at Shastra University, where he has been talking to the students about how he wants to engage Pakistan for the future, as he himself talks about it, that in the conventional warfare or in the nuclear domain, they will not be able to deter Pakistan. The only way to deter Pakistan is through fifth generation warfare. Just listen to him.
How do we tackle Pakistan? I talked about their having the nuclear threshold, having the strategic weapon systems, missiles, strategic partnership with China. India is having a long border with China and Pakistan. How do we tackle it? Now, when we come into the defensive offense, then we start working on the vulnerabilities of Pakistan. It can be economic, it can be internal security, it can be political, it can be their isolation internationally, it can be their this thing like that, of exposing their terrorist activities, or it can be anything. It can be defeating their policies in Afghanistan, making it difficult for them to manage internal political balance or internal security. I'm not going into those details. For defensive offense, they will find that it is unaffordable for them. You can do one Mumbai, you may lose Baluchistan.
Now here, India's National Security Advisor to the students clearly hinting that India hasn't got the capacity to deter Pakistan in terms of conventional warfare or the nuclear domain. But of course, when it comes to playing gimmicks, of course, when it comes to financing terrorism, of course, when it comes to creating proxies against Pakistan, yes, they very well can do it. And he quickly mentions Baluchistan as well. The very Baluchistan where BLA and BLF and Majid brigades and all of these people, they are activated against Pakistan, against Baluchistan, against CPAC. They are, of course, creating havoc for Pakistan in terms of terrorist activities in Balochistan. This is the modus operandi of today's India. This is the modus operandi and the doctrine which they have always been considering as defensive offense, that put Pakistan through a havoc so that Pakistan can keep itself busy with that, and it never looks towards India. And that is why we have been seeing that people like Kulbhushan Jadhav, who have been activate in Balochistan, they were caught red-handed by Pakistan's security agencies and Pakistan's intelligence. When they caught him, of course, he was active within Balochistan, and he used to enter into Balochistan from Iranian side, and he always used to use a fake name, a fake ID, a fake passport to travel around in Iran with the name of Mubarak Hussain Patel, though he actually was Commander Kulbhushan Jadhav. Now here is another statement from none other than Major Gaurav in the favor and importance of 5G or fifth generation warfare, in which he very smartly highlights that in the modern warfare, it is all about fifth generation war, in which social media has its own importance, and of course mainstream media as well. That is why you must have been seeing that India relies extensively on the fake news.
ये जो लड़ाई वाला 5G है, ये क्या है? ये वो वॉरफेयर है, फिफ्थ जनरेशन वॉरफेयर, जहां पे मीडिया और सोशल मीडिया भी एक हथियार है.
Beware, Gaurav. You never know when the same tactics get used against you. Friends, whenever we talk about fake news, one name instantly appears, and that is of India. And of course, when we talk about India, Shrivastava Group is known to everyone, and that Shrivastava Group has been involved in EU Disinfo Lab. The probe which was conducted by EU Disinfo Lab, they clearly discussed how Shrivastava Group, by sitting in New Delhi, have been activated against Pakistan in shape of many news portals, in shape of many fake organizations, in shape of many human rights fake organizations as well. So much so that they even had a channel called GT, Geneva Times, in which there were not very familiar faces, But of course, the native Europeans, they were hired to, of course, give the face value to the channel and propagate against Pakistan. And if you conduct a deep dig into this EU Disinfo Labs report, you would find that there were names of the organization like Women Rights of Baluchistan and Rights of Baluchistan, Human Rights of Baluchistan. And when we talk about the news portals, there were very British and Australian names in terms of all of these news portals, and they gave an outlook. By the outlook of it felt like there is some international organization which is talking about Pakistan. And there are many examples of these fake news portals that have been handled by Shrivastava Group in context of what? Promoting and propagating fake news against Pakistan. Now, here is one of the examples. I just want you to look into it, and the kind of news portal which is being used, it is a dubious name, and that has been used as a source of the news, which happens to be actually a fake news, but they are showing to the viewers that this is what is happening, and the viewers not knowing that this is a fake news portal, they just simply rely on it.
दोस्तों यहाँ पे बड़ा ये देखिए साहब, ये इकोनॉमिक टाइम्स ने भी करा है कि रिपब्लिक ऑफ बलूचिस्तान अनाउंस्ड, इन्होंने अनाउंस कर दिया है। क्या ये बन गया है, बलूचिस्तान आजाद हो गया? नहीं, उसमें समय है। लेकिन ये जो पूरी मूवमेंट है, फ्रीडम मूवमेंट है बलूचिस्तान की, जो आजादी की तहरीक है, उसने बहुत जोर पकड़ लिया है। ट्रेंड ऑन सोशल मीडिया, बलोच लीडर्स डिक्लेयर इंडिपेंडेंस फ्रॉम पाकिस्तान। कुछ बलोच नेताओं ने बोल दिया कि वी आर एन इंडिपेंडेंट कंट्री, अब हम खुल के आ जाएंगे मैदान में, राइट। पाकिस्तानी फोर्सेस को ऑक्यूपेशन फोर्सेस करार दे दिया है और खुद को बोला है क्या, वी आर एन इंडिपेंडेंट कंट्री।
And now here is another one with one of the statements from so-called Baloch leaders sitting in Europe somewhere and giving this news to none others than the Indian news portals.
Now, Mir Yar Baloch है, इन्होंने बोला है possible announcement soon should be done as the collapse of the terrorist Pakistan is near. We have claimed our independence and we request India to allow Balochistan's official office and embassy in Delhi. ये बात तो मैं कितने सालों से कह रहा हूँ।
You know, sometimes I believe that all of these people who consider themselves Baloch and they are sitting outside of the country in Europe somewhere, when they come up with these kind of statements, I believe maybe they are not even giving these statements. These statements are being crafted inside New Delhi, and they are simply sending a call to this man sitting in Europe somewhere and tell him that here is $5,000, we are sending it to your account. All you need to do is that whatever the statements we are giving on your behalf, this particular statement, we are paying you $5,000 for it. You just need to say, yes, it is my statement. Now here is Arnab about the situation of Balochistan. He desperately wants violence in Balochistan. He desperately wants Balochistan out of the domain of Pakistan, not knowing the ground realities of Balochistan and not knowing the demographics of Balochistan. They are simply coming up with all of these fake news.
35% of your territory is going. 35% of your territory is going, Raja. There's no point doing this number here. It's going. You have no control over Baluchistan. You have no control over Baluchistan. It's an accepted security reality in your country. Deal with it. You've lost Baluchistan, Raja. It's not with you.
Arnab, I'm attending your show since nearly 7 years. And ever since, you have been claiming that this is going to happen and that is going to happen.
Well, it's happening before your nose and before your eyes. But if you want to pretend to be blind, this man wants to pretend to be blind. The Baluch are free. The Baluch are free. The Baluch have declared their independence.
Arnab, Balochistan's population is 15 million. It is not like Majid Brigade, that is around 1400 or 1500.
Now it is clearly evident that they are desperate to have the worst situations in Balochistan in terms of violence, not knowing that there are only few hundred miscreants who are getting money from the Indians to do this havoc within Pakistan, whereas majority, or let's call it all over Baluchistan, people are so peaceful, people are so loving, people are so kind that they never get involved in these kind of heinous crimes. Now, here are a few examples of how mainstream Indian media glorifies the terrorists. Why I say that they are glorifying the terrorists? Because when we talk about BLA, BLF, TTP, ISKP, all of these outfits, they are classed as terrorist organizations by majority of the countries, including UK and US. But still, Indian media, mainstream media, always highlights and glorifies all of these terrorists only for one reason: because they are creating a havoc and they are involved in terrorist activities in Pakistan.
I think the Tehreek-e-Taliban Pakistan and the BLA are doing great disservice to the people of Pakistan by limiting their operations to Balochistan and Khyber Pakhtunkhwa. I think they should have blasts in Lahore. I think they should have blasts in Rawalpindi, Sialkot, Gujranwala. जब वहां पे मसाजिद के अंदर ब्लास्ट होंगी, जब बसें फटेंगी, जब वहां पे ट्रेन हाईजैक होंगी, तब
So be it Jafar Express attack or Mastung attack or any bomb blast within Pakistan, within Balochistan, they always come up with this narrative that somehow all of the major cities of Pakistan, they should be under attack. They should be under attack by the terrorists.
आई थिंक लाहौर मस्ट बर्न. लाहौर नहीं जल रहा है इसलिए इतना कॉन्फिडेंस आ रहा है यहाँ पे. ये लाहौर जलेगा बहुत जल्दी. लाहौर को जलना
लाहौर
जरूरी है.
जलेगा, अभी रावलपिंडी जलेगा, अभी इस्लामाबाद जलेगा. आप इंतजार तो कीजिए.
So now you know what is 5G. As Gaurav said, it has everything to do with the mainstream media and the social media and how to propagate the fake news. And when we talk about none others than Ajit Doval, the National Security Advisor of India, of course promoting terrorism, of course saying that Pakistan will be facing defensive offense. What kind of defensive offense? Well, they will be paying others to fight against Pakistan. They will be paying BLA, they will be paying Majid Brigade, they will be paying BLF, they will be paying ISIS Khorasan, they will be paying TTP. All of these terrorist outfits, they will be financed by India against Pakistan so that they know that in conventional warfare, they can't fight against Pakistan. As you must have seen in May 2025, they tried to fight against Pakistan. They couldn't do it. 6 of their fighter jets, they were shot down within an hour of the start of the war. And that was the air's priority, which was the very first thing Pakistan's armed forces gained with the word go. And after that, they couldn't do anything about Pakistan. When it comes to missiles, Pakistan sent in barrages of missiles that they couldn't control. They couldn't fight conventional war. That is why they always keep on coming towards Pakistan with these kind of heinous designs. Friends, that's it for today. I hope you liked this video. Do subscribe to the channel. Take very good care of yourself.